Welcome back to the Detroit Tigers franchise on MLB the Show. I'm your host, longtime listener. Be sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and comment below. As in this episode, we've got the Detroit Tigers hosting the Boston Red Sox here at Comerica Park. With that man on the hill, it's Matt Manning, and he has been off to a rocky start for the Tigers this season. He's got 8 starts under his belt. His ERA is over 8 with a whip sitting right around 1.9. So he has got to get it going, or they are going to have to look for some alternatives at the back end of the starting rotation. And starting things off is Starling Marte. A 1-2 pitch is a changeup down and out of the zone, but he takes it through the right side for a leadoff base knock. Not the start that you wanted if you're Matt Manning, but he's going to bounce right back as it's Wilmer Flores on the next pitch, hitting a ground ball to second, and they go 4-6-3 for a double play. And now that'll give us a chance to take a look at the Boston lineup in this one, as it was Marte leading off. He's playing center field. Then Wilmer Flores at second, Bogarts at short, Martinez DHing, Devers at third, Joey Gallo in left, Verdugo in right, Frank Schwindel, the former Tiger, playing first base, and Christian Vazquez is catching and batting ninth. Next batter was Xander Bogaerts. He's going to hit a chopper to second, and Marwin Gonzalez is going to come in and get that one. And it is a scoreless first for Matt Manning. Now on the hill for the Boston Red Sox is Marcus Walden. As you see his numbers, he has been outstanding for the Red Sox so far. In 8 starts, a 6-1 ERA, a 2.95 ERA, a 6-1 record, and the ERA, or the whip, just over 1 so far. But starting things off is Les Delevsky. He's going to draw a walk on an 8-pitch at bat. He's got speed, going to try and use it, but the Red Sox get a pitch out in action here, and they are going to get him with a good throw. So that negates the leadoff walk, but the next batter is still Kristen Stewart. He's going to draw a walk, and now it's a runner on first with 1 away for Bert Kohler. 3-2 pitch to him. He takes it into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit and makes it first and second for Aaron Judge. And on another 3-2 pitch, he gets a cutter down the middle and launches this ball deep and gone to left field. And the Tigers are out in front 3-0, just like that, on the 8th of the year for Aaron Judge. That was a pitch that was right down the chute, and he punishes that one. So Manning got the start he was looking for, and then the Red Sox not getting the start that they wanted out of Walden so far, as they trail 3-0 already, and they are not done yet, as next batter is Marwin Gonzalez. He's going to lift one into center field. That's going to be caught, and that'll give us a chance to look at the Tigers lineup in this one, as it was Delevsky in center, Stewart in left, Kohler DHing, Aaron Judge in right, Gonzalez at second, David Bodie playing first, Royce Lewis getting the start at third base, David Grion catching, and Goodrum playing shortstop, batting ninth. There is David Bodie. He was up next, and he goes down on strikes, but the Tigers do strike first, as they are out in front 3-0 thanks to the shot from Aaron Judge here at Comerica. Matt Manning back to work. First batter is J.D. Martinez. He's going to draw a walk on a 3-2 pitch that was nowhere close. Next pitch is Rafael Devers. He's going to take one into center field, and now it's first and second, nobody out. Then it's Joey Gallo. Could not connect on the fastball away. He's down on strikes, as he is prone to doing. That's a big first out there, and then it's Alex Verdugo. Just chops one in front of the mound. Manning fields and throws to first, so now it's 2 away as the runners do advance. But they're down to the last chance here, as it's Frank Schwindel, ground ball to second, and he's going to get out of that jam. And the Tigers still lead it 3-0. On to the second. First batter, Royce Lewis. He's going to draw a walk, and another base on balls issued by Walden. And Lewis can run. He's off, and he's going to steal second. So now it's a runner in scoring position. Still nobody away. And Davy Grion going up the middle. That's down. And Lewis will come in to score and make it 4-0. Runner on first, still nobody away here in the second. Then it's Les Delevsky with 1 away. He's going to turn into that one, let it hit him, and now it's first and second. And that brings up Kristen Stewart. He takes one over to first, and it's a 3-6-1 double play as Walden's over to cover. So he does get out of the jam at least, but the Tigers add another and make it 4-0 as we head to the third. Matt Manning now with 2 away. He's going to get the swing and strike out there on Wilmer Flores, and it's a scoreless third for Manning. So he is locked in so far. And going back to work now in the fourth, as with 2 away, it's Devers chasing a fastball up and in, popped it up, and it's another scoreless inning of work for Manning, as the Tigers still out in front 4-0. The Red Sox are going to turn to Taijuan Walker as the pitch count was getting up there on Walden, as you see the numbers for the hard-throwing right-hander. And with 2 away, he's going to get Davy Grion to pop one up into shallow right. So it's a scoreless 4th for him as he tries to keep the Red Sox in this one, but they're going to have to get to Matt Manning at some point. And so far, they have certainly not been able to do so. And here he goes back to work in the 5th. It's Joey Gallo getting a hanging curveball, and he takes it into left field against the shift, and it's a leadoff double. So an opportunity for the Red Sox to strike here with a man in scoring position and nobody away. Alex Verdugo caught looking at a 98-mile-an-hour fastball up and in. He's down on strikes for the first out. Then it's Christian Vasquez with 2 away now in the inning, lifting a routine fly into center. Delevsky's under that, and it's 5 scoreless innings of work for Matt Manning. Now on to the bottom of the 5th. Nico Goodrum starting things off. He gets a splitter down, stays back on it, takes it into left against the shift, and it's a leadoff double for the Tigers now, as they've got an opportunity to extend their lead. Then it's Les Delevsky staying back on that splitter as well. He takes it into center field. The run's going to score, and Delevsky would advance to second on the throw. So now 5-0, runner in scoring position. 1 away in the inning here, and it's Bert Kohler going into left field. That's going to make it 1st and 3rd now and bring up Aaron Judge. He's going to hit a line drive into left field. Good base running here from Delevsky to stay back and tag. He will score. That makes it 6-0 Tigers. 2 down now, and Bert Kohler on first. And Marwin Gonzalez going to take one into right field. So the inning continues, and it's 1st and 2nd, and that would bring up David Bodie. 2-1 pitch to him is a fastball that was up and hittable, but he's going to hit a ground ball to Bogarts at short, who will take that one over to Schwindel, and that would end the inning. But it's 6-0 Tigers now as we go to the 6th. With 1 away, Aaron Judge comes in, makes a diving catch here, and it was just that kind of day for the Red Sox, as the Tigers are going to go on to win this one with Daniel Norris coming on to close it out. The Red Sox would add one late, make it 6-1, but the Tigers with an impressive victory in front of the home fans here at Comerica, as they take this one by a final of 6-1, with Matt Manning going 7 innings, 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Didn't give up any earned runs and takes the win. Walden, 3 hits, 3 walks, 4 earned, and 3 innings of work, get saddled with the loss in this one. A look at the box score for each team. It's 8 hits and a walk for the Red Sox with 6 strikeouts, 3 hits for Devers and 2 for Gallo, but nobody else really got much going for them in this one. Marcus Walden gets the loss. Walker didn't do too terribly bad, but they just couldn't get the bats going in this one. For the Tigers, it was 8 hits and 3 walks, but they made them all count as they put up 6 runs, only struck out 5 times. The 3-run shot from Judge was the deciding factor way back in the 1st inning. First stolen base of the Major League career for Royce Lewis, and then they got a great start from Manning. Norris with 2 innings of work gave up 1 home run, a solo shot, but that was all the damage that the Red Sox can muster. So before we wrap this one up, we are at the point in the season where it's the draft is upon us. So we'll take a look at what the Tigers are able to come up with here, and I'll kind of explain some of our logic as we go through the action here. So basically what we're looking for in the first round is somebody that's major league ready or close to it and has high potential. There are very limited options here. There are a few closing pitchers that are on this list, but honestly nobody that really stands out, and I don't want to take a closing pitcher with my number 1 draft pick. So we take a look at Miguel Barrios here. He's got a 5-pitch repertoire, a left-handed starting pitcher, 22 years old. Looks like he's going to have at least a 90 potential overall. So that's a pretty good looking option. We're going to look for some position players, but honestly, there's really no one that's even close to Major League ready at this point. So it's going to be Barrios, and it looks like it's going to be a very thin draft class this year. So this could get pretty ugly, to be honest. Now with our second pick, we take a look at kind of what is left on the board. There's still some of those closers, and then it gets really thin beyond that. The only option that I kind of think is maybe worth a look is this Thomas Hammonds down here, a first baseman, but 70 potential is not exactly what we're looking for with our second pick. So we're going to take a look here at John Farrell. Only a 3-pitch mix. He's 24 years old, a right-handed relief pitcher. Really good hits per nine and Ks per nine ratings. Brad Dumas has a 4-pitch mix, including a circle change, which I like, and he's a little bit more balanced in terms of his ratings. Also 24 years old, a right-handed throwing relief pitcher. And I kind of like his mix better than the 3-pitch mix that we got with the other guy. So that's what we're going to go with our second pick in the draft. And now in round 3, this is where it gets really thin. So if you look at just like who we've scouted in terms of accuracy, very few guys still left on the board. So there's a lot of players in this draft that are just nowhere near Major League ready. And I don't necessarily like taking guys that it doesn't look like they're ever going to have a realistic shot of getting to the majors. And if you look at the guys that are on the board that we've scouted, there's not a really good combo in terms of people that are close to Major League ready and have decent potential. But I definitely want to take a position player with this pick, and it's slim pickings. You got a bunch of guys that essentially can't hit, and then you have Marlon Farrell, who's a 65 potential. I mean, he's 19 years old, but he doesn't leave a lot in terms of upside with that potential, but he's pretty much the only option we've got because nobody else that was on the board had any realistic, shot at making to the majors. Nobody could hit, and I want guys that can hit. So now we're looking for anybody that's got decent overall, and we still have a couple guys up on the board here that are relief pitchers that I think are worth a shot. Because if they've got 80 potential and we've scouted them fairly well, the chances are that they're going to be a pretty good player. And so we're going to take a look at all 3 of these guys that are still on the board. I think it's going to be this Morales at the top. He's an 80 potential, 70 overall in terms of his ratings. So I like the 4-pitch mix that he gave us over Farrell, I think it was. And now, with the last few picks that we have left in this draft, there is just nothing left in this one. So we're sorting by overall, hoping, or sorting by potential now, hoping that there's somebody out there that we could maybe get a steal with, but there's nothing left. So realistically, this was the point in the draft where I just decided, you know what, we're taking the guy that's, according to at least the initial scouting reports, are the highest potential overall, and we'll just, take whatever we get. We wanted some position players, so that was the only other real deciding factor. But that's it for the draft class. Honestly, not real crazy about what we got, with the exception of maybe the first pick, a really good starting pitcher in Miguel Barrios. He's a 70 overall, and he's a 90 potential, 22-year-old left-handed starting pitcher. So there is definitely some serious upside with this guy. Could be in the major league rotation within a couple of years. A 5-pitch mix. I don't like that his his primary pitch is a running fastball. I like a 4-seam, but not a big deal. Brad Dumas, the right-handed throwing relief pitcher that we got with our second pick, is a 68 overall and a B potential, so not bad there. He's 24, which is a little older than I would like, but not the end of the world. And then Marlon Farrell, a 60 overall, which is kind of disappointing, and a D potential, which is definitely disappointing. So not a lot of value with that pick. Alex Morales, our 4th pick overall, is a 68 overall and a B potential, so basically the same as our second pick. And he's got a 4-pitch mix, and he's only 21. So I'm actually kind of happy with that pick that deep in the draft. But then the last 2, these guys are just terrible. 48 overall and a D potential. He's not even worth signing. And then Hideki Sasaki is a C potential, but he is a 49 overall, which is also pretty atrocious, and we're not even going to sign either of those 2. Just not a lot of reason to have guys that are that bad on your roster when you can go and find somebody in free agency that's going to be a whole lot better. So now we'll take a look around the league at some league leaders, and then we'll jump into our standings, and that'll do it for this episode. But in the American League, it's Byron Buxton hitting .364, leading the way in the AL batting title race. In terms of home runs, it's Mike Trout with 23, having another fantastic year. There's a real surprise. For RBIs, it's Austin Meadows with 58, leading the league. And in runs scored, it's Jorge Polanco. Les Zaleski, 19 stolen bases, way out in front in that category. Buxton with a .453 on-base percentage, best in the league. Meadows has the best slugging and OPS, just ahead of Trout in each of those respective categories. Mike Clevenger with 10 wins already for Tampa, and we are only at June 1st in the season, so that's very impressive. J.B. Wendelken of the Oakland A's is leading the league in saves with 20. Jameson Taillon, a 2.08 ERA, so the Twins definitely getting what they wanted from that free agent acquisition. Blake Snell with 92 strikeouts, best in the American League, and Shane Bieber has got 86 and a third innings pitched so far for the Indians, which is best in that category. And Jameson Taillon, a .86 whip, best in the AL, and he's got the best pitching WAR as a result of the season he's put together so far. Mike Trout, so surprising to see him top of the WAR category there. Trey Turner, best batting average in the National League. Pete Alonso with 20 homers, 3 better than anybody else in the senior circuit. Nolan Arenado, 54 ribbies. Victor Robles, 41 runs. Trey Turner, 14 stolen bases. Chris Bryant, a .464 on-base percentage. He is having one heck of a year for the Nationals. Ian Happ, a .674 slugging. Surprising to see him atop that category, and I'm sure that won't last. But there's Bryant, best OPS in the league. So the Nationals definitely happy with that pickup, as he is playing extremely well. Jose Barrios for the Cubs with 8 wins, along with Eric Lauer and Luis Castillo. So good to see Barrios pitching well for the Cubbies. Josh Hader with 22 saves, tied with Ken Giles for best in the National League. Luis Castillo, a 1.71 ERA for the Reds, as he is absolutely dealing. He's got 95 strikeouts as well, which is best in the National League. And then in terms of innings pitched, it's Jose Barrios with 86 and a third. So he's logging some serious work for the Cubs. Masahiro Tanaka, a surprising name to see at the top of the whip category. A .89 ERA out in Colorado. So the veteran getting it done for them. And Luis Castillo with a 3.2 pitching WAR is best there. Chris Bryant, 3.9, best in the National League. So now we'll take a look at what the Tigers guys have done so far. Travis Jankowski in limited action has done very well for us. Domingo Santana was doing very well before he got hurt. Aaron Judge having an outstanding season, exactly what we need to see from him. Nico Goodrum having another good campaign. Jake Rogers has done well. However, Davey Grion has also done very well, and he is the everyday starter for us. So unfortunately for Rogers, he's not going to get a ton of playing time. There's Kristen Stewart having a pretty good season. Burt Kohler was really struggling in terms of his batting average, but has turned it on a little bit lately. Sheldon Noisy would like to see the average come up, but he's doing okay at least for us. David Bodie, the average is up, but the power numbers are not. And then Lawrence Walker has really just never gotten it going. 100 at-bats, though, is not too much to be concerned about. Marwin Gonzalez, the average is down, but the power numbers are up. Richard Kaiser, limited numbers there for him, so not too concerned. Les Zalewski, though, 214 batting average is just not going to get it done in the leadoff hole, but we're going to stick with him and see how things unfold. And then Royce Lewis, just 28 at-bats, so nothing to be too concerned about. And then Harold Castro was not doing very well before he got hurt. In terms of pitching, the closer Jordan Hicks is having one heck of a season for us so far. And then the other Jordan that we've got, Balazovic, is doing pretty well. He was really lights out of the gate and has kind of cooled off a little bit, but still pitching like an ace for us. Casey Mize having a pretty good season. Tim Meza, good numbers from him so far. Vizcaíno has been okay. It seems like every time we need him to do well, he struggles a little bit. But other than that, can't complain about the numbers on paper. Tarek Skubal has been pretty good for us across 65 innings. Matthew Boyd, a little bit of an upset so far this year, so maybe Father Time catching up with him. Daniel Norris has been meh so far. Dominic Billingsley has struggled. Xiaoqing Chang has struggled. Matt Manning has really struggled but pitched well in his last couple of starts. And then Joe Jimenez has just been terrible. But guys, that is going to do it for this episode. Be sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button, comment below, and we will see you all next time.